Hello, my favorite English language learners. It is your favorite English teacher here, Amy Joy. And recently in my class, I asked my students to summarize the results of a survey. The survey was about people's opinions toward the 5-paragraph essay, which is a common template that students are given when they first learn how to write in English. Anyways, I noticed my students struggling how to correctly report the results of a survey. For example, one student said this: there were 41 students that took the survey, and half more students felt negatively about the 5-paragraph essay, while fewer students disagreed with or had mixed ideas towards the use of it. Now, I kind of understand the phrases half more students and fewer students, but these are not grammatically correct, which is really important in academic writing. So in this video, I'm going to teach you 15 useful phrases for reporting about survey results and the people who take them. And since some of these phrases are a little hard to memorize or use correctly, I have created a little cheat sheet for you, which is linked in the description below. And before we begin, I also want to remind you that my new ebook, 75 Advanced C1, C2 level words, is out now. So after watching this video, go to my website, yourfavoriteenglishteacher.com, and buy my book today to level up your English vocabulary. Okay. Let's talk about survey results. Okay, so first we need to talk about the people involved in a survey. And numbers 1 and 2 are synonyms. We have respondents and survey participants. So in number 1, you can see that the word respondents has the word respond in it. So this noun form comes from the verb to respond and just refers to people who have responded to a survey. Number 2 is survey participants. This refers to people who participated in a survey. Now, number 3, study participants. This is a little bit different because this refers to people who have participated in a study. They didn't really take a survey, but rather they did something different. Like maybe they took some medicine or they began to exercise. This group of people participated in a study and changed something about their life, and so they are called the study participants. Then numbers 4 and 5 both use the word those. We have those in, for example, those in the first group, or those who. For example, those who had mixed feelings, or those who answered positively. So both in numbers 4 and 5, we are using the word those to refer back to the people who participated in the study or the survey. Now let's talk about people who are in the majority. First, we can say most. Most respondents reported. Or similarly, we can say most of the respondents said. Now, one big mistake I see my students make is they will kind of combine these two and say most of, but they won't use the word the. They will just say most of respondents, most of students, most of employees, most of people, and that is technically not correct. And even though it's just one little word, it can be very distracting for a reader, so it's important that you either use number 1, just most by itself, or number 2, most of the. Now, for numbers 3, 4, and 5, you will notice that I put the word the in parentheses because in these 3, it is somewhat optional. And I would say when you remove it, it adds a little bit of distance and formality to it. But again, it's really important in numbers 1 and 2 that you only use most or most of the. And since I know this is pretty confusing, I have created a free downloadable PDF for you linked below so that if you can't remember which ones can use the, then you can just use the cheat sheet for the next time you need to talk about a survey. So number 3, we can say a majority of respondents felt or a majority of the respondents felt. Both are correct and work fine. Number 4, 80% of survey participants responded, or 80% of the survey participants responded. Again, both are okay. Number 5, over half of respondents stated. Again, here you can also say over half of the respondents stated. And then number 6, we have more than half. So more than half responded that they da-da-da. Now, I also want to draw your attention to the verbs that I've used in these sentences. We have reported, said, felt, responded, stated. So just keep in mind all of these different verbs can also be used when reporting about surveys. So you have a few more options and can add some variety to your word choices. And before we move on to how to talk about the minority of respondents, make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel so you can keep improving your English with me. So now let's talk about the minority. First, you can say fewer than half. Fewer than half of respondents reported. Number 2, fewer. Fewer respondents said. 3, a minority of, or a minority of the. A minority of the respondents felt positively. Number 4, only a few or only a few of the. Only a few of the respondents reported or only a few respondents reported. And number 5, the rest of the respondents reported. Now, to me, I would always say the rest of the respondents, but I did find in Lingo that sometimes you can say the rest of respondents. It is just not as frequent or as common, so I do recommend using the word the in this situation simply because it is more common, and it also sounds better to me as a native English speaker. Now, again, I know that these can be a little bit confusing, so I did create a free downloadable PDF handout for you, linked in the description below, so you can study these a little bit more or keep it as a cheat sheet for the next time you need to write a paper or report about a survey. Now, don't forget to download the free PDF linked below, and also go to my website, yourfavoriteenglishteacher.com, to buy my new advanced vocabulary workbook today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something new. If you did, make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel so you can keep improving your English with me. Bye.